Hi, this is Kim with CSG Consulting, and this week I want to talk to you about direct-to-consumer, also known as DTC. There are a lot of conversations around DTC happening today. It's all over LinkedIn, at e-commerce conferences, DTC, DTC, DTC. So what's it all about? There's many aspects to DTC. There's the customer experience, there's the website, there's shipping and fulfillment, there's product sourcing, but not all companies think about all aspects of DTC before they jump into that pool. And one of the things that is most frequently overlooked is fulfillment and supply chain. So why are companies thinking so much around DTC? What are some of the benefits? From a supply chain and fulfillment perspective, there are three big reasons. Number one is to control the customer experience. Now that you're running your own fulfillment and distribution in your own warehouses, you can control how your customer gets their package. What are the shipping options that you're offering your customer? How fast can it get there? What kind of charges are there? And in addition, you can do some pretty cool stuff around packaging and shipping materials. The second reason a lot of companies consider DTC supply chain and fulfillment is a potential reduction in cost. Once you own your own relationship with your supply chain, you can negotiate down your cost. You can select a warehouse that's more centrally located for your client base, and you're not relying on someone else to dictate that to you. The third reason a lot of companies think about owning their own supply chain and fulfillment is now you can offer a really delightful customer experience. You may consider having branded boxes, specialty tissue, maybe little bags, whatever it is that makes that customer experience delightful. Because as you know, fulfillment is the only physical experience a customer has when they're online shopping. So it is important to make sure that what's happening in your fulfillment network is tightly controlled and meets the customer's expectations. So now that we understand some of the whys, when do you move into a DTC supply chain and fulfillment? First, it has to be something that you're contemplating as part of your 3-year growth strategy. A lot of companies think about DTC and they really only focus on the front end, the website, the customer experience, the products, but they don't think about fulfillment and supply chain. And that's a mistake because it's going to cost you money. So when you're thinking about DTC and it's part of your 3-year plan, that is the right time to start thinking about supply chain and fulfillment. Second, a great time to jump into DTC is when you've found the right partner. And that begs the question of, when do you know you have the right partner? My recommendation to every company is to write down what are your shipping business requirements before you embark on any DTC supply chain and fulfillment. If you don't have those documented, you don't know if the partner you're talking to is going to be able to meet your needs. And in addition, it gets really confusing when you're talking to a dozen different suppliers and you can't remember who can do what. So always document your business requirements first and then go look for the right partner. A lot of companies out there have great relationships with their warehouse or their distribution center, and they're super excited to branch into DTC. But those providers may not be equipped to deal with pick and pack. In addition, they may not be able to deal with your special needs of your product. So perhaps you need cold shipping or you want to do some extra fancy packaging. These providers may not be able to do that. That's why it's important to document all these things and find a provider that works with you. And lastly, you need to make sure that you've solved for returns, because once you ship it out, you got to get it back. And you want your customer to have a positive experience on the returns. That is what builds trust with customers. Can they trust you to take a product back if they aren't happy? So you need to make sure that you have a return supply chain that will get that product back in a sellable position as fast as possible and be delightful for the customer. DTC is a wonderful experience, and it gives you an opportunity to directly connect with your customer, delight them, even potentially expand products that you couldn't ship before. So you should always be thinking about DTC as part of your growth strategy. But please make sure that you think about supply chain and fulfillment, because if you don't, it's only going to cost you money. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.